Today's topic is management of forest. Okay, now for management of forest we have to understand one thing before I teach. Okay, that the management of forest, whenever it is given in hands of the government officials, okay, and it is taken away from the locals, so those who live nearby, there are going to be drastic changes and there is going to be downfall of the forest. That is what we are going to see now, that the management of forest cannot be only done by the government officials. Locals which are living nearby should be also involved in the management. Okay, now let us see one or two examples. Now if we consider the goal of above stakeholders, which we saw yesterday, we saw 4 stakeholders. Okay, now out of that, first if we study one by one or two examples are given in your textbook. Now forest resources are often made available to industrial use at the rates far below the market value, which are denied to the local people. So what does the government do? They make it available for the industry, but they do not give it to the local people. Okay, so for such a case, there's one example of Chipko Andolan. Okay, that is a hug the trees movements. Okay, now what happened here? Actually, a village called Reni in Garhwal, okay, that is in Himalayas, during 1970s. There was a dispute between the local villagers and the logging contractor. There was a contractor who was allowed to cut the logs of the trees. Okay, and the villagers who did not want this contractor to fell the trees, the trees were allowed to fell means to cut the trees. Okay, this contractor was given the contract, but the villagers did not want that. Okay, now one particular day what happened, the workers appeared in the forest to cut the trees, but the men folk of the village were not there. All of the men folk had gone out for work. Only the women were there in the village. Okay, now these women quickly reached the forest and they clasped the trunk, they hugged the tree trunks, thus preventing the workers from felling the trees. They did not allow the workers to cut the trees. Each woman went and hugged one tree. Thus the contractor had to withdraw the felling of trees. Okay, now what has happened actually is, in this competition to control the natural resources is the conservation of replenishable resources. Now this is a replenishable resource. Trees, they get replenished by themselves. Okay, you can renew them. Okay, now what happens if the contractor would have felled the trees and destroying them forever? Could we replenish them? If you are cutting the trees forever and they are destroying, you cannot renew them. But the communities which live, the local people, okay, they use the tree, some of the branches, they pluck the leaves or the fruits, but the resource is allowed to replenish. The resource is allowed, the trees are allowed to grow. They do not cut the trees, they do not kill the trees, the local people. Okay, so the Chipko movement quickly spread across the communities, the medias, and forced the government to, those who the forest belongs, to rethink their priorities, that you cannot only give to the contractors or the industry. Think about the local people. They preserve the trees better than these people. Okay, so the participation of local people can indeed lead to an efficient management of forests. Okay, now there is another example of this people's participation in management of forests. Okay, that is in West Bengal Forest Department, where there were some sal forests which got degraded. Okay, and this department could do nothing in the southern western districts of the state. Okay. Now what happened, that there was a clash between the forest officers and the villagers. The forest and the land related to the conflicts in the region were a major factor in fueling the militant peasants and the movements led by Naxalites. Now Naxalites, they used to live in the forest region. So there was a conflict between the villagers who used to protect them and the forest officials. Okay, so that, and all this ultimately led to degradation of the sal forest. Okay, now there was one forest officer, A.K. Banerjee, who was given in charge of this Arbari forest, okay, in Midnapur district. Now what he did is, there were 1.272 hectares of land, and all badly degraded sal forest. So what he went in help for the villagers, and he told the villagers that they will be getting employment in both silviculture and harvesting operations. Okay, and 25% of the final harvest and the fuel wood fodder collection, all things will be given to them. So with their help, okay, and their active and willing participation of this local community of the villagers, what happened is the sal forest of Arbari went under a remarkable recovery in 1983, which was previously worthless, and the value was 12.5 crores. Because of the help of the villagers, the whole forest was renewed. Okay, so that is why when you are managing a forest area, it is not only the government, okay, or the forest department, they have to take the help of the locals also. Thank you.